Welcome back, everyone. Okay, today we're jumping right into an explainer that I am super excited about. We're looking at the evolution of intelligent voice interaction. We're going to explore how voice AI isn't just, some flashy new piece of software, but an absolute game changer. It's literally redefining what it means to make a phone call to a business. Let's start right here. And hey, be totally honest with yourself for a second. Have you ever just yelled at an automated phone menu? We've all been there, right? You call a company and boom, you're instantly trapped in that endless robotic maze. Press 1 for this, press 2 for that, and what do we all do? We furiously mash the 0 key, just praying to speak to a real live human being. It's a completely universal frustration for consumers everywhere. The system is just broken. But, spoiler alert, that era of telephonic torture, it's finally coming to an end. And this comparison perfectly hits the nail on the head as to why things are changing. Traditional IVR, interactive voice response, it's incredibly rigid. It relies on heavily scripted responses, the options are painfully limited, and, well, as we just agreed, it drives callers crazy. But voice AI, that is a massive leap from pressing 1 to just saying, hey, here's what happened. It relies on natural conversation. It actually understands your intent. It asks relevant follow-up questions. And here's the real kicker. It actually takes action to solve your problem. So what exactly is it? By definition, voice AI is the technology that turns a standard, everyday phone call into an intelligent interaction. But the absolutely crucial differentiator here is its ability to perform tasks. This isn't just some basic text-to-speech robot blindly reading a script at you. It's a dynamic tool. It listens, understands the context of what you're saying, asks clarifying questions, reaches into back-end systems, and literally gets things done while you are still on the line. Let's break down the real-time mechanics of how this magic actually happens, moving from spoken words to intelligent action. It follows a really logical sequence. Speak, understand, think, act, and respond. Basically, voice AI seamlessly combines speech recognition to hear your words, artificial intelligence to process what you actually mean, business systems to figure out the right next step, and voice generation to speak right back to you. And it runs this entire loop in real time. That means the whole experience just feels like a completely natural back-and-forth conversation. So, the huge takeaway here is that a voice AI agent doesn't just talk. It acts. Just look at these capabilities. Sure, it can handle basic inbound and outbound calls, but it can also tackle complex customer complaints. It can qualify sales leads. It can book appointments, check your account status, update CRM records, send follow-up texts or emails, and, hey, if a case is just too complicated, it knows to intelligently transfer you to a human expert. Honestly, you shouldn't even frame this as software anymore. It's much more accurate to think of it as a highly capable new employee.
Okay, let's move to section 1, AI agents in action. Let's see how these agents actually solve business tasks. Picture this, a super stressed out customer calls in with a problem. Now, with an AI customer complaint agent, they don't hit a brick wall of menus. The AI just listens. The customer explains the problem totally naturally. The AI picks up on the specific issue, the urgency, the whole context. Then it goes to work on its own, checking recent orders and pulling up past records. Finally, it acts. It creates a formal complaint ticket or even provides an approved solution right on the spot and wraps up by sending a confirmation text. Boom. Issue resolved, and the customer didn't have to repeat their life story to 3 different departments. Let's look at another one, the AI payment recovery agent. This one automates thousands of incredibly sensitive financial conversations. The workflow maps out like this: call, conversation, commitment, record, and follow-up. The AI reaches out to a customer with an overdue bill, it politely explains the balance, actually understands the customer's unique financial situation, records their promise to pay, and schedules a follow-up. It takes what is traditionally a super awkward, difficult phone call and handles it with total grace and efficiency. And it does this at massive scale, updating the company's recovery platform the entire time. Which brings us right to section 2, connecting to your business. Let's see how it accesses your internal systems. Because at the end of the day, a conversation is really only as good as the action it triggers, right? The true superpower of voice AI is unleashed when it plugs directly into your existing databases, stuff like your CRM or your ERP systems. Thanks to that deep back-end connection, a verbal complaint spoken by a frustrated customer instantly becomes a logged, trackable ticket in your system. A simple, spoken promise to pay over the phone that seamlessly and instantly transforms into an automated recovery action right in your billing software. No manual data entry required. And a quick, totally natural chat about a customer's availability becomes a confirmed locked-in booking directly on your calendar. This sequence is just brilliant because it illustrates the direct, zero-friction pipeline between what a customer wants and a concrete business result. The AI literally bridges the entire gap for you. And because this is essentially one core technology that's capable of having so many different types of conversations, the cross-industry applicability is massive. Just look at the diverse sectors being flipped on their heads. Customer service for support, payment recovery for reminders, sales for qualifying leads, healthcare for managing schedules, financial services for collections, real estate for engaging new prospects, education for student questions, and field services for dispatching. Seriously, if your business relies on having conversations with people, this technology applies to you. All right, let's look at the big picture in Section 3, the future of conversation. We are looking at a new era of intelligent AI employees. We are officially moving away from the old, frustrating concept of rigid phone systems. The next generation of all business communication is about letting people speak naturally, and it's driven by this very simple but incredibly powerful evolutionary loop. Listen, understand, decide, and act. Actually, I really want to highlight the specific takeaway straight from our source material today, because it frames things perfectly. It says, voice AI is not replacing the telephone, it is making the telephone intelligent. That completely changes how we need to think about automated channels. It is no longer this annoying wall you build to block callers, it's an intelligent front door that actually welcomes them in and gets them sorted out.
So I'm going to leave you with this final kind of provocative challenge to think about when it comes to your own business. Is your telephone actually intelligent, or is it just connected to the wall? It might be time to start expecting a whole lot more from your business conversations. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. I really hope this helps you wrap your head around exactly where the future of voice tech is headed. Catch you next time.